Steph Audino is a fashion designer and creative founder who creates experiences that make women feel unforgettable. Designing since the age of 16 and launching her first business at 21, Steph has built a career grounded in confidence, creativity, and reinvention. As the founder of Steph Audino and Cin Cin Creative, her work spans fashion, content creation, and storytelling, always with a heart at the center. From showcasing collections at Paris and New York Fashion Weeks to building deeply personal brands, Steph's journey is one of evolution, resilience, and purpose. I'm so excited to have my friend Steph Audino on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to chat with you, babe, because I feel like you're just such a powerhouse in the Perth community. You're like a household name when it comes to fashion. And I just learned today from your bio that you started designing and being in fashion at 16. So I want to know what that journey was like. And did you always want to be a fashion designer?
So that journey started because I absolutely hated shopping and I could never find anything that would fit me properly, and I just it was like a confidence thing. I think I knew what I wanted to feel, but everything that I put on didn't match that feeling. So it was I knew what I wanted and I just wanted to make it. So I asked Mum to take me to the fabric store and I just started draping fabrics and pinning them, sewing them. It was just an organic sort of thing. And then it was just that feeling that I was really chasing of just feeling confident and comfortable in something without just I just get something and have to deal with it because that's all that there was out there. It wasn't a wide range of things. And if you didn't fit that stereotype of, your size 8, 5'10", model size, it just nothing. The proportions were always out. I'm obviously not the tallest person as well.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So it's that's where it kind of came from. It was that pain point of me not feeling confident and not feeling good in myself and wanting to feel, just wanting to feel beautiful and confident and be able to go somewhere and be I look good, and then, so that's kind of where it started.
Yeah, and I would imagine, no offense to Perth, that you'd have a really limited amount of clothes here, because I remember when I moved here, it's 2008, I remember shopping in the CBD and thinking, where are all the clothes?
Yeah.
Actually, where are people shopping?
It's one extreme to the other as well. There was never that in between of it's either super casual or super dressy, but if you just wanted to feel good every day, it was just really hard to find something.
Perth is a beach town as well, and so I remember when I came here and everyone had, I think in Australia they're called thongs. Yes, so we call them flip-flops. Yeah. It was flip-flops, really beachy, and that's fine.
It was very stereotypical of that's the mold.
Yes.
To fit into, and I just didn't fit that mold. And
and it's funny because I also resonate with what you said because I'm tiny too. So everything was just so long on me, and same thing, the proportions weren't there. It's if you didn't have that waist to hip ratio.
Yeah.
And then
the
the bust
and
the length and everything, it was always off. So I had the same thing. So when did you get to a point where you were okay, this is more than just me feeling confident, I've got something here, because you're obviously very talented. So when did that become clear to you? Was it someone else telling you, or did you just be I'm good at this?
It was I feel because in high school as well, I wasn't I was bullied a little bit for my weight, and it wasn't in a harsh way where people would just straight out call me fat or anything like that. It was in a way where always being compared to the next person, and it really played with me for a while until I learned, how to love myself and accept all of that. And it wasn't until so I just kept designing my clothes, kept making it, and it felt like an outlet where I could just express myself and my creativity and all of that. So, it was probably after I graduated high school And then I was just making my clothes every weekend. Like my friends would call me and be like, let's go out tonight. And I'd be like, I need a new outfit. Like I'm going to quickly whip something up. And then I would go out with a new outfit every weekend just because I was just like making them. And then people started commenting, being like, where did you get this from? This is so cool. Like, and I didn't make them for anyone yet. So I think that gave me the little boost of confidence to be like, oh, people actually like what I'm doing. And then after I graduated high school, I went and did urban and regional planning at uni, and I absolutely hated it. And mum and dad were like, just go do the fashion course. Like, it's obviously what you love. And I think that little boost of confidence, everyone kind of like boosting me and my confidence, because I had really low self-esteem. And I think that's what it was, just people constantly just being like, where's that from? And I was like, wow, like this is cool. And then I realized that women are also chasing that feeling of wanting to feel beautiful and confident in what they wear and be able to go to an event or go somewhere and be like, yeah, I feel good, and it shows like when they're there as well.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that you had little nudges from people along the way, because sometimes, you know, you have that passion, you obviously loved doing it, but sometimes you do need that little, the affirmation from other people that like, hey, what you're doing is actually really good. Because sometimes you can think you might be delusional. Like, do I think I have good taste?
Yeah, I think as well, like being in my teens as well, I didn't really, you know, like when you just do things and you just like, you don't know if it's right or wrong, like you're kind of just like going with it and winging it. Like I think it was really nice just to have that reassurance, just to be like, yeah, you're on the right path. Like,
I love that. So then you went to fashion school, and then how much after that did you launch your brand?
So I literally graduated. I graduated my second year. I started my third year. I lasted a week and then I dropped out because I just wanted to start my business. I was like, I don't want to go through another year
You're such
studying.
an entrepreneur.
Yeah. I was like, I'll just figure it out. It'll be fine. So I dropped out of my third year and started my business when I was 21.
Wow, that's amazing. And what did your family think about? Were your parents like fully supportive and they're like, let's do this?
Yeah, mum and dad were like always behind me. They were like always pushing me, like, you can do it, you can do whatever you want, like just we're here to support you. It was just, you know, nice to have that foundation behind me and that backbone to give me that confidence as well, to know that like if I ever needed something, like mum and dad were cheering me on in the background. Like it was just really nice to, mum would come on trips with me overseas, you know, traveling by myself when I was 20 and things like that. I was just always really nervous. So mum would come with me. Dad was fully supportive of everything. So yeah, it was,
that's
I'm
beautiful.
very lucky.
And then when your career started flourishing, where was that? I'd love to know where that point was where you're like, holy crap, like I can't believe I'm here. Because there'd be that point, you know, where you're like, you're doing your thing, you're designing, you've got your label, and then you're like, you look around and you're like, what?
I think it's when I opened my studio. I was like, wait, this is me now. Like I show up every day and I'm the one driving, like I'm the one driving the business now. Like this is my responsibility. And I think, it was just people.
And how old were you
me.
at that point?
So I got my studio when I was 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So before that, when you were doing your fashion school, were you an intern at another, like, where were you working in that time?
So I interned with Aurelio Costarella. I know. I'm honestly so lucky.
Wow. So incredible. Like, I don't think you could have had it better.
I know. He was so amazing to me. And I think as well, like, my auntie, she was a fashion designer as well, my dad's sister. Yeah. And her and Aurelio were best friends. So
wow.
I actually grew up with all of them around me. So I had very good mentors my whole life.
Wow, that is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. So I had told you earlier that I used to want to be a fashion designer.
Yeah.
And so I held on to I love fashion anyways. So I just absolutely love it. It's not in this lifetime, and like I'm so fine with that. But even after I was like, okay, this fashion thing it's not going to happen. When I did my business degree, I still did it in the fashion industry.
Oh, wow.
I still did my honors thesis on the fashion industry. Yeah, and I was like interviewing people in Perth, and yeah, it was so much fun. I've always been into fashion. I probably just looked, more into like the business side of it and how it works, and it just allowed me to still be like part of it. I remember when Perth had Fashion Week.
I know. I miss that. Like I know.
Can
like
we bring it back?
Something.
What's happening? Yeah. I feel too now that we have a bigger population, and we need to bring it back. Yeah. I remember I interviewed the organizers the owners of the organizers for my honors thesis about their vision and everything. This would have been like 2011 or something like that. Yeah, I loved it. And they had like all the functions. They had the like Meyer fashion show and the long table lunches and stuff. And I just remember thinking, this is just it. And then it stopped after that.
My last runway was 2019.
Wow. Is that the last?
That was the last year.
One.
Yeah.
Do you think COVID had anything to do with that? Like, or were they phasing it out?
I have no idea.
Wow.
I have no idea, like, what happened to it, or, like, it just was, like, done. And I was like, what do you mean it's done?
I know.
So that was my last, like, proper runway that I've done. But then, obviously, I did, like, Paris Fashion Week and things like that. But that was, like, more a selling, like, wholesaling project rather than, like, runway. So,
Tell me about that journey of the, like, deciding, Kate, we're gonna take this international.
Okay, so my first international experience was actually America. So I went there for a holiday. I'd just broken up with my boyfriend, and I was like, I feel like I need a reset. Like I think we were together for a while. And then I was like, I just need a reset. Travel's the best, yeah. And I'd booked this trip, and then while I was there, there was like a emotional intelligence, like leadership sort of thing going on. And I was like, okay, like I'll go to that and I'll attend that because I'm really into personal development. So as I was there, like it ended up being so good. Like, and then I just met so many people at that event, and then it just kind of like rolled on to people wanting me to make stuff for them. And then New York Fashion Week contacted me like as I was just leaving Perth. So I had my whole collection shipped over so I could showcase at New York Fashion Week that year. And that was my first like international. It was kind of like a spontaneous, like the opportunity arose and I was like, yep, cool, let's do it. And then doors were just opening after that.
That is so incredible. That must have been like a pinch me moment.
It was.
Because that would be every fashion designer's dream, is to show there. So what was that like for you was that the first time you'd been to New York, or?
Yeah, that was my first time in New York and my first like international runway. So it was really cool. Like everything was like, it didn't feel real when I was there. It was really, it was just so cool. And then the experience of like, I would just like be wearing an outfit in LA and I'd be walking around and a stylist would come up to me and be like, I love what you're wearing. Where'd you get it from? And then just making contacts like that, I put myself like in the right rooms and I met so many people and it was really, that's how I kind of built my network over there as well.
That is so cool. And then what was your strategy or your approach for like the Perth market? Were you like, I'm going to grow this organically, or did you put things in play to help you grow here?
I really let it grow organically. Like I never forced anything with my business. I feel like when I try to force things or try to like follow a certain like corporate structure or something like that, it just doesn't work for me, like running the business as well, because I'm just not that person.
You're such a creative.
Yeah,
you
like I can't just like sit there and like, obviously I'm very big on working on the business and also understanding your numbers and like the whole business side of things as well. But I am very creative and it just didn't work well for me. So I just let it grow organically. And then it was, like word of mouth, Instagram, like all of that just made it blow up. And I think people just gravitated towards, like, you know, my storytelling and how I presented the brand as well. I'm very, like, open on my socials as well, like on my personal brand. So I think everything kind of goes hand in hand there. And yeah, I just, networked, I just networked and
built relationships.
That's it. Like, building relationships was the biggest thing.
Yeah. And then at that time, were you mostly doing the, like, couture? Were you mostly known for couture at that point? Like,
when I launched the brand, it was ready to wear. Yeah. And then I always loved couture though. So I knew that that's what I wanted to get into. And my sister-in-law and my brother were getting married at the time. So I was like, let me make your wedding dress. Like, this will be my big break. So I made her wedding dress. And then after that, the inquiries just, like, came flooding in. So I started with the ready-to-wear, and then it shifted to the couture. And then I relaunched the ready-to-wear 2 years ago now. So yeah.
That's so awesome. Yes, you've done some incredible wedding dresses, including your own.
Thank you.
So stunning. I just look at that and I'm like, that would take so much time and, like, so intricate.
Was so intricate, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the most stressful dress. I've never felt so much pressure to design one dress, like, in my whole career.
But you had multiple, didn't you?
Yeah, I had 3 just because I couldn't make my mind up. And then I was like, maybe I want this and maybe I want this. And then, like, I ended up, like, waiting until, I think it was only like 6 weeks before the wedding until I decided, because I was so, like, do I want this? Do I want that? Like, I knew everyone would be watching what I was going to wear to my wedding as well. So it was,
of course,
I felt so much pressure to design one dress.
Yes, because you had the one that was, I don't even know.
Had all the flowers.
Yeah, so there was that one. And then you had one that had more of, like, a glimmer.
Yeah, so that was, like,
also
full, like, beaded with, like, the
that was
flowers
stunning
and
too.
the feathers. And and then my party dress, I did, like, a mini version of my big wedding dress.
Yeah, that was stunning.
I love that so much.
Oh my gosh. So would you say that was your favorite fashion moment?
I think so. I think it was a very emotional one as well. Like, I think I was also putting off the dress because, like, obviously my wedding day was, like, the best day of my life, but it also was a little bit hard for me, like, not having Dad there. And so that's why I was like, I want to be able to still honour Dad, like, on my wedding day. And that's when I, like, beaded him into the back of my veil.
Yeah,
so as if it was like he was walking
incredible.
me down the aisle. And
I have never seen something like that. It was spectacular.
Thank you.
So beautiful.
Thank you.
I'd love to chat a little bit about that. So you and your dad were so close. Like, you could tell you were, like, the apple of his eye, and and, like, he was just, like, your biggest cheerleader. Like, you have a very close-knit family. It's so obvious that you guys just, like, very supportive. But you're running a business, and life is going to life. You have all these other things happening, and then you lose one of the most important people in your life. I'd love to talk a little bit about how you were able to navigate grief while running a business and what that was like for you.
So Dad passed away very unexpectedly. So it was, like, literally here one day, gone the next. And so I just remember in that time, like, the day before it happened, I was running business like normal. Like, I remember I had, like, 12 clients that day, back to back, like, full speed. And then the next day I just, like, it's like my whole life just, like, flipped upside down, and I just had to, like, cancel everything, and hoping that people would understand and just bear with me at the time. Because it's like, I feel like in those moments, like, life keeps going on. People still have events. People still have commitments. I've made a commitment to make something for that special event as well. So I was just hoping that people could just give me a little bit of grace at the time. And most of my clients were incredible. Like, they were all so supportive. And I feel like the only way that I got through it was to just be honest and real with everyone rather than trying to like hide it and fake it. And if I wasn't okay, then I would just tell clients, I'm really struggling today. I can't actually come in. Is it okay if we postpone to another day? And a lot of clients, like honestly, like 95% of my clients were so amazing with me. They just, they were literally like, whatever you need. Like, one client was even like, the wedding's this weekend, but don't even worry about it. I'll go buy something. And I was like, no, like, everyone's still got their dresses. I was like, I promise you everyone will still get all of their orders, but I just need you to be a little bit flexible and just bear with me.
Wow.
It just felt like my whole life just crashed. So
that's the losing a parent. It's like you don't know what it's like until you lose a parent. And we lost our parents
very close
together. And I think the thing that I had that you didn't was I knew, there was this massive long runway, and that was painful. It was like painful in a different way.
I feel like,
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like both ways. It's like the ending is bad for both ways.
Exactly. But then with yours, it's like not even knowing. It's like not really feeling like you had the chance to.
It's, that little bit of just like not being able to just like, I don't know, it's like, sorry, I'm just like choking up a little.
No, absolutely. This is not an easy thing to talk about.
I think it's just the way that it all happened as well. It was like, that in itself was just really hard to process in my mind as well. Like, so,
Yeah, and you
just not, sorry.
No, absolutely. And you were in a place too where your life was thriving. You're excited about your future. There was nothing about your dad where you thought, ooh, I might not have him in a couple years. You're thinking about, he's going to walk me down the aisle.
Literally,
he's going to hold my
met
baby.
Michael. Like, we were already talking, like, we knew we were going to get married and things like that. It was all exciting times of my life. And, it just kind of blew up very quickly. And nothing can like ease the pain of losing a parent, especially when you're close. And I just remember thinking, like, after the fact of how you were so happy with Michael. I was like, you know what? It was like this beautiful, like, handover of like, you, like, at least he left when you were going to be taken care of. You weren't in this place of like, what's happening in my life. You were very solid. I honestly believe that, like, Dad knew that I would be okay. Like, it was I don't know, I think Michael and Dad also had a really beautiful relationship. Like, they've known each other for so long because they worked together, and like, they're born on the same day. It's just like, it's just crazy.
Babe,
yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So, I don't know. I think Michael is so special. Like, he's just his support, his love, everything that how he showed up for me as well. Like, after Dad passed, like, I'm just so grateful that, he's there.
Yeah, he's a good one. You can tell. And I remember after, when you were navigating everything, just how he was showing up for you. And, I was, that's the one part I was happy for you about. It's like, she's in good hands,
I know. Yeah. And even up until now, like, the way he just, he's amazing. I'm just, so blessed. And, Mike was just amazing. I
love that because, and he's a mirror to you because he feels the same way about you.
And I feel like having a great partner, a husband, like, whoever you're with, like, I think can elevate you in so many ways that, like, I didn't even know there were things that I was capable of doing until, I had Michael. It's like Mum and Dad stepped back when Michael came into my life. It's like they were kind of like, oh, we can breathe now. Like, she's good. And then, I don't know, it's just like a different sort of feeling, like when you know you've got your man with you who genuinely supports you and loves you and cares about you. Like it's a secure feeling.
Yeah, they become your home.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, because when you feel safe and taken care of, like the woman feels unstoppable. You have your ambition, but you have your softness and you have your playfulness. Like you can truly just be you when you know you have a man at home that just supports you no matter what, has your back. It's like it's the biggest life upgrade, or downgrade.
It's the biggest decision you ever make in your life.
So when you were navigating through, did you ever feel like, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore? Oh,
Literally,
tell me about that.
Yeah. So straight after, so we had to wait 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks for Dad's funeral because of COVID. Like it was that very last stint of COVID where they had like the restrictions, like with capacity and things like that. And I remember like at the Rosary there was like a capacity of like 150 people or something. And then it got lifted the day of his funeral. And there was honestly, like, I reckon there would have been like over 500 people. I just remember rocking up to the church and just seeing like all these people. I was just like so shocked with like how many people were there. And I was like, this just goes to show like how important it is to like I don't know, I just feel like Dad was so special that he impacted that many people, and that's how many people showed up to his funeral. Like I just couldn't believe it. The support and the love like that everyone showed was, it still shocks me.
It shows the impact
that Dad had on that many people, and everyone said the same thing. Like his legacy was like very clear because everyone came up to us and said the exact same thing.
What did they say?
They were like, he's such a gentleman. He is the gentleman.
I'm
like
gonna cry.
Everyone was just like, yeah. He was like, your dad is such a gentleman.
And that's why you have a gentleman as well now in your life. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. We've even got that like on his on his tombstone. So yeah, it's just, everyone just says it, and it just like, it just showed like he was just, there's no other way to put it. He was the most beautiful gentleman like you would ever meet.
He was loved.
Yeah.
He was loved. And I think that's one thing that you can take away from his passing, is that he lived a beautiful life, and look at the legacy he has in you guys.
Yeah.
And what you guys are doing with your lives, and how happy and fulfilled you guys are. And now he gets to look down on you and just be so happy, like he did a great job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Steph, that's so beautiful.
And then, it was after the funeral that I feel like, you know, when people go back to living their life and it's like nothing ever happened. And I just felt like I couldn't do it anymore. And I was like, I can't do this. It was just too much. And then Michael, my uncle, and my best friend Dayul, they were all just pushing me, like, you can do this, like, we'll support you, like, if you need time off, have time off. If you want to keep going, like, whatever it is that you need right now, just do that. So I just kept pushing myself, and then I probably went the extreme opposite way where I threw myself into work so I didn't have to feel anything. Mm-hmm. And I made myself so busy. So that was the year that Paris Fashion Week landed on my lap. And they contacted me and I was like, sure. And I don't know for me if it was just a distraction from what was actually going on in my life. But I was like, oh, this is a cool opportunity. Maybe it's like, it's something I've always wanted. And maybe this is Dad sending me, like, you know, blessings. And it was just, little things like that I would just like push myself to keep going. And then the year after, I crashed a little bit. I feel like it took me, this March will be 4 years since Dad's gone. And I feel like now I'm just starting to like feel like myself again.
Wow. I think that's so important for people to hear.
Yeah.
That You threw yourself into work because that's really kind of all you knew.
It's also the one thing that gave me joy as well. Like it was, I knew that would make me happy. Like the outcome of everything that I did would make me happy. Yeah. So that's why I just threw myself into something that I loved. But yeah, like there were so many times where I was like, I can't do this, I can't do it. And no one really knew. People probably still don't know. Like, you know, I still have bad days. Like even yesterday, like I woke up crying, but I still had to go to work and I still pushed myself to like do whatever I had to do. But it just comes and goes now. Like it was heavy at the start. And now it's like, I feel like it doesn't leave. It never goes away. But it's a bit more manageable now. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I have moments too, like the weirdest things will remind me of my mom, and we're in the process of like still finalizing her estate, and that I find so triggering.
It's so triggering, yeah.
So triggering. It's almost like everything that they're doing is an attack on me, but it's not an attack on me. Yeah. They're literally just doing their job
just
to
asking
close out
a question.
Yeah. And I'm just like, why are you asking me this? And so
I feel like it's that reality of like they're not here anymore.
Yes.
That every time it's brought up or every time like someone talks about it, I just get a bit shocked again that I'm just like, fuck, Dad. Oops, sorry. Yeah. I just get a bit like, oh my gosh, like Dad's not here. Like it
hits you again.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's not real. And
it's
then
weird.
You come crashing down to reality. I know it's such grief is a weird thing, because I don't know if you ever felt like this. Maybe not, because my mom, she was unwell right before. So she had a heart attack and a stroke, and then she was unwell for a long time. And I remember there was a part of me that was like, she's going to get better. She has to get better. And the neurologist would be telling us the things that we need to do to help her. So I'm like, okay, she just needs to journal because she was having dementia. And I'm like, okay, I'll get her to do this. We'll read together. We'll do all these things. And she was so resistant to it because her mind wasn't working. And I remember when she passed, it was not only just sadness and grief, but I was also angry. And there was times where I was angry with her while she was unwell, because I'm like, if she just did this, try, Mom. And it throws you back into almost like a childlike state of like, you just want your mommy. Like, I just wanted my mommy.
Yeah.
And I just need her to make this better, and she just needs to snap out of this.
It's like a homesick feeling.
Yeah, it's like a homesick feeling.
You just want to go home and you want to feel at home, but it's just like, it's not there. Yeah.
I've never heard it described like that, and that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it feels like. And it's taken me a long time to get to a point where I don't just cry talking about it the moment I talk about it, but there are times where I'll miss her so much that it's just like so painful.
Like that gut, hit in your stomach.
Yes. Like, and we were talking about how around Christmas, we were saying Christmas is so hard.
It's so different
because it's
now.
So, all of my Christmas memories, she made them magical. It was her. It was her, wrapping everything, and like, she did make the trifle, and like everything she did to make all those birthdays, Easter, Christmas, all those big holidays, she made them special. So navigating them without her is really surreal. And then at the same time, I tell myself, like, I want to show up as the best version for my kids, because they don't get it. They never knew my mom when she was well. They only knew her as unwell Nana. Like, we would go see her at the nursing home, and she would like start yelling at me or something, and the kids would get scared. And I remember once, like, it's so funny. I'm like, I love that I can laugh about it now, because it's like, it is so much, it's this richness to our journey. But I remember once my sister, I think she took all of our kids, our 4 kids at the time. I was probably working or something, and my kids came home and they're like, Nana slapped Auntie D. I'm like, oh, did she? Okay, she's very confused. And she wouldn't know who they were. So
Yeah.
they'd come in and they'd say like, hi, Nana. And she's like, who are these kids?
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's so
Bless.
sad.
Yeah, so it was like, you know, this really long road of that. And, you know, my mom was really unwell at COVID time and we couldn't go and see her. And it was just, you know, window visitations. It was just this really rough road. And I had like kind of like mixed emotions when she passed. There was a sense of relief that she wasn't suffering. And then it was like, oh no, this is final. I'm never getting my mom back. And that was, yeah, like just so hard to navigate.
Yeah, it's that like reality check at the end of it. It's like, wow, like I'm not going to get another dinner with them. I'm not going to,
yes.
you know, it's just like all those moments, like the Christmas thing. And it's, yeah, I feel like a part of you, like a little spark in you also goes with them. And I noticed that with all my family, like you know, my heart breaks for my mum and like what she has to go through every day, like not having a husband. And, you know, everyone's just on their own grief journey as well. Like for mum, that was her husband. For myself and my brother, that was our dad. Like it's very different for all of us. But we just all have to show up for each other as well and support. And yeah, just be there.
Yeah.
And be understanding. That's it.
Yeah, and I love how close your family is. Like you guys have been such an incredible support system to each other, which is so necessary. And like that's why I'm so grateful for my sister, because I only really have my sister. And navigating through this with her, it's just, you know, we'll just kind of look at each other and we'll know if someone is hurting, like just right
you
away.
You can see it straight
you just
away.
see it. You just
and you
know,
feel
think about
it,
mom.
like,
And I just, I'm just so grateful I didn't have to navigate that on my own. And, you know, the grief cycle is like, you know, knowing she's not suffering, still missing her, feeling like, you know, Christmas isn't the same without her, and then feeling like I still have to show up for my family. And
You've
so
got
it's this
kids as well.
Yeah,
so
it's like
another
evolving,
layer.
Yeah. And I try to keep her alive by telling my kids things that she would do or doing things that she did when I was little, so that my kids, and I'll say, oh, that Nana Lane used to do this for me when I was little, and just the smallest things. And I know you're going to experience this when you have your kids, when you tell them stories about like, oh, you know, Nono did this. It's crazy, the memories that come up. Like one of my core memories was that she used to, I don't think we have them in Australia, maybe they're called something else, but they're called flurries. And it's almost like a milkshake. So it's like ice cream.
Like a McFlurry?
Like a McFlurry, but it was the hospital.
It wasn't McDonald's.
It wasn't McDonald's. So she worked at a hospital. So she would come home with these flurries and we would, and I'm like, that's something so small, but it's like
it's something
anchored.
You remember.
Yes. So when my kids ask for ice cream, I have a hard time saying no.
Yeah.
Because it's a special, I'm like, it's like the flurry that my mom,
That's like with my niece and nephews, like every time they ask for lollies, I'm just like, well, I need to keep up Dad's tradition. Like,
Dad would have said yes.
Yeah, Dad would have given them. So yeah, it's just like those little things. And that's one thing that I really admire with my brother and my sister-in-law is like how much they've kept Dad's spirit alive with the kids and how much they remember about their nono. And, you know, Rafa was a baby when Dad passed, and it's like he remembers everything about Dad, and he loves everything that Dad did, like fishing. He can tell you, like, he names all the fish, like tells you when it's a good time to go fishing. Like, he's just literally a mini Mark. Like, it's crazy.
That is so cute. That's so cute. So after you had gone through a phase where you were like, I don't even know if I want this, and your family supporting you and saying, like, whatever you want in this time, did you get to a point where you were like, okay, I'm all in with this business again. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is feeling aligned again? Or was that a long time after?
I felt like I didn't know anything else. And then when I tried to do something else, I was like, I actually don't think anything else would make me as happy as this. But then that's when I was like, what's something else that really makes me happy and like brings me joy? And that's when I got into the content creation and I started the new business, Cin Cin Creative. So it was just like, I don't know, I think like documenting and like one thing that I always like love is how much I captured of my dad and my whole family. Like I'm always the one filming and taking photos and that's kind of what I was left with at the end to, you know, look back on and remember dad. And like it just helped me with my grieving process of like being able to just like scroll through endless videos and photos for like, you know, however long I've had my phone, and just have that there. So it was like, I don't know, I feel like I get to create that for other people now, and it's not just capturing one day, it's like the memories that you get to keep forever. And you never know like when you want to look back at them, but you've got them there forever. Like it's just kind of like a keepsake.
I love that. And I think you explained that so well, because when someone comes and does your content creation for like a wedding or an event, it allows you to be present.
Yeah.
And then you get to look back on these beautiful photos and videos that really encapsulates the emotion that you had at that time. And because for me, when I'm doing an event or whatever, I hardly have my phone out because I find it hard to do both. I'm not one of those people. Some people can.
Yeah.
And they can have their phone out. I personally like it's almost like I'm not in a creative flow, so it's going to be ugly anyways. Whatever I do is not going to work.
Yeah.
I got to just put it down. And so when you have someone there to capture those moments,
it
like,
just takes that
magical.
pressure away, and just like you said, you just get to be present and in the moment. And yeah, I think that's been like, that was something that really just like sparked inside of me, like something just sparked, and I was like, okay, I think this is something that I can share with everyone. And it just kind of grew from there. Like, and then that having Cin Cin Creative and Steph Audino simultaneously, like I feel like it built my love again for Steph Audino, because it just showed me how much joy and happiness I was bringing to people. And that, at the end of the day, that's all I really care about, is if I can do something that makes someone feel happy, like that, I just feel like my job's done. So
yeah, I was just going to say both of your businesses would be so rewarding,
because
immediately you see people's reactions of like, oh my gosh, and they'd be texting you like, I love my dress, or I loved
the people cry when they put their dress on. Like I'm bawling my eyes out with them. Like it's just that feeling, just being able to give that to someone. I think that's a gift in itself, and
and being part of like the most important day is like just. Yeah, I don't know what that feels like, but I could imagine what that feels like, and it'd be so amazing. So what's next for you? What is your, what are you like excited about next for whether it's your life or your business?
So next, I'm excited to just like, with my business, I'm excited to just like keep growing it, especially with my ready-to-wear collection. So I want to bring out like more seasonal collections as well. A few extra pieces here and there throughout the year. So we've got some stuff in the pipeline for that.
Amazing.
And then obviously the couture is always going. So that's amazing. Like that's kind of like, that's my love. That's my real love for like what I do, is just that one-on-one time, but then also you know, with life, and then what I want to do next with Michael, it's like I also need to prioritize where my time and energy is. So, so the ready-to-wear, I'm hoping, is going to be great this year, and just keep launching that, and just have the same response that we've had over the past few years. So, yeah, just keep growing that. And then Cin Cin Creative, we've now got a whole team on board. So we've got another 3 content creators now. So that's grown massively as well in the last 12 months. And then, just growing the team and just,
I love that. So with the ready to wear, do you feel like going into more of that space will free up more time? Because I would imagine that the couture is a lot more time intensive.
Yes. So I've got to spend a lot of time with the couture. It's like 100% like with the fittings through, like from the design process through to the fittings to pick up, like it's kind of all me. And it's a lot of time that I put into that. Whereas the ready to wear, it's like I can create something that still gives women that feeling of feeling beautiful and confident, and they love their outfit. So I feel like obviously I can produce more of that and sell it online and have like ladies' nights and things like that, like the one that you came to.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so interesting because as you were speaking about the different models within your business, I'm like, I relate to that so much because that's what I do in my business too. So it's like your couture is my one-on-one.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the ready to wear is like my academy.
Yep.
Where you're still making an impact, but it's less intensive for you. And for where you're moving into in your life, you obviously want to make Michael priority. And, you know, if you want to have a family, there's all these things to consider. So it's so good that you're thinking about this now and setting yourself up.
Yeah. So that's where we're going and the plan. And, so hopefully that all comes to,
It will.
So we'll just, keep going with that for a while and then, pivot when you have to. Like, yeah.
Well, I'm so excited for you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Everyone knows I love your stuff. Like your stuff is like all over my page. Like the number of comments I got on that red dress.
And you in that blue and white print.
Yes, the blue and white that popped off on Instagram. That
I
had
can't believe
I think nearly 1 million views.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I haven't even checked.
Yeah, that one popped off.
That's crazy.
And then the red dress. I had so many people messaging me about that dress. So stunning. And then even the black dress that I wore.
So good, yeah.
I love that dress. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
So,
I loved that whole shoot. That was spontaneous as well.
That is my favorite ever BTS shoot that I've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was so good. It was so fun. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so
much.
I love you. Love you.